We're gonna be making some broccoli cheese soup from scratch. We got our garlic and our bouillon, and then we want to make sure our station's ready to go. We got everything ready in the sink. Don't need many ingredients, but it is gonna come out real tasty. So first we're gonna get our stove going, like a medium high heat just to start. We get our olive oil from over here. We're gonna pour some olive oil in there. And then we got some butter in here so we can do our onion, our garlic, and our leek and let that start sauteing. So put our spices in there some. Now we have our onion and we're gonna throw it in the pot. We're gonna get our leeks and make sure they're washed out real nice. All the dirt out of them. So now we have our leeks chopped, ready to go in the pot. And now we use the garlic. And swish all that up and let it start marinating. And then I like to use a little bouillon cube, even though we're going to have some bouillon. It just gives it a little bit more flavor. And now we use the garlic. And swish all that up and let it start marinating. Now we use a little bit of the bouillon. And we drop it in there. You see it starting to cook up together. Very nice, very nice. And then I like to use a little bit of French onion packet to help with the seasoning. We want it to have lots of flavor. So just do a little sprinkle in there. And then put a little bit of this. And now we could turn the heat down some. I like to go about 3. Now we're ready to cut up the broccoli. And we're going to use everything. So when you're going to have the stem, make sure you just chop up the stem down there. And then we'll use the broccoli floats at the end when the soup is starting to cook up. Now we have the stalks chopped up. We're ready to cut them small because we're going to use that for the base of the soup. So I don't want this part, the leaves and the hard part at the bottom of the stem. We just want to keep it like that. And then over here we got our flowers just waiting. Okay, so now we just have it nice and chopped coarsely. We don't have to make sure it's perfect because like I said, we're going to blend it up. Okay, so now it's ready. Everything's starting to stick to the bottom. That's how we want it. Now we're going to add our water to it. I'm going to go about halfway up the pot with the water. We're going to turn our heat back up. About a 6, just to get it to boiling. Now while that's cooking up, we're going to peel our carrots. And we're going to chop them down little, maybe 1/8 of an inch or maybe 1/4. Your choice how you want it. Okay, so now we have our carrots chopped up good. Not too big, you know. Make sure they're all not together. Now they're ready to go in the water. And now the soup. Just give it a little stir. It's gonna be a little while before everything gets soft. Just be patient. This soup is super worth it. And way better when you make it home than buying it from a store. And cheaper. Do it yourself, you know? So now is the perfect time to chop up your flowers. Make sure that all the big stems are off and they're little pieces. and to clean up your workstation, because now we have to get ready to grate the cheese, unless you buy bag cheese. And it's your choice of the cheeses you want to put in. You can do Parmesan, you can do any kind of, what do you call it? Any kind of cheddar, you know. You definitely want to just keep stirring. We still have it about that 6-7 mark, because we want to make sure that everything starts to cook up and get soft. But that soup looks super amazing already. Look at that broth. Yep, we didn't have to store-bought. We kind of made our own. Don't really eyeball too much or measure. I'm more of an eyeballer, but I've been doing it so long that I was little, you know, so it's up to you guys to read a recipe if you want, but really just it's to taste, you know. If the taste is good to you, then it's perfect, you know. If not, add some more. Add some salt, pepper, paprika, whatever kind of spices that you use. I just use the ones that I like to. So we use the Colby King Soopers, obviously. It's nothing. About half of it we're gonna grate. I like the old school way, where you just cut up a few pieces and put it in here, and then it just cuts it out. But if not, just use a regular cheese grater. That's fine. Okay, so this is what we get. A good, nice pile of cheese. Yeah. And like I said, I just like to clean as I go because it makes it easier, so you can just focus on the next steps that are ahead. And definitely come back periodically and check on your soup. You know, make sure everything is looking good, still boiling properly. Smoke's coming. Smells really good in here. And when it gets to the next point, we're gonna take some of this, you know, the stalks and the carrots and some of the other stuff that's in there, and we're gonna blend it up with some of the broth. That way we have a nice, like a thicker base, not so watery and soupy. It's more like a nice, yummy, thicker texture, you know. So I just like to bag up my cheese because I know I don't need it for a while. So we're just gonna bag it up. We're gonna take it over here. I'm just gonna put it away for a little while till we're ready. And then wash the next dish. It's a whole lot of washing process. Now we just want to stir it up. You see how it just changed the whole texture? Made it nice, not so liquidy. Now we go for the next step. Technically, people use heavy cream, but I use half and half. It works just fine. I just want it nice and, you know, that beautiful consistency and color. Let's pour some in. We don't need a lot. Let's stir it up so the color is starting to change. Now we're just going to take some of our cheese. Please make sure your hands are washed and clean. Don't make nobody sick. We're just going to add our cheese in there. I think we're going to use all of it. Yeah, we just use all of it. And then stir it up. Come back and check it later, you know, every 5-10 minutes till everything is cooked, and enjoy the yumminess. Hope you guys make some. Tell me about it if you do. Let me know how it came out.